Uh, Good afternoon, everyone. Whoever's watching. God, I obviously am not prepared because I still had the After Dark background on, and and yeah, so that's the thing. So Nathan was in earlier, Greg was in earlier. I don't know if they're still in, but yeah. To the one person seemingly watching right now, happy Friday! It is Friday. It is Friday, May 8th. I don't know what day of quarantine this is. I said that I was going to keep track, and obviously that was a lie. Um, I have. It was March. No, April 6th is my last day. March 16th. So since March 17th, I have been in quarantine. So what day is that? That is today's the 8th, 17, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 plus 8. That doesn't seem right. 15 plus 30, that's 45 plus 8. 53 days. 53rd day of quarantine. We got there. I still can't count. Hey Anderson, what's going on? So last night got a little crazy. I don't know if anyone was watching the After Dark stream that we do on the channel, but I think that almost ran 3 hours. So it was close to about 1 o'clock Eastern that we finally called it quits. And yeah, it was that was a lot of fun. We had Erica and Ed on from Rock Gut, which was fun. Tops were taken off, things were said. Whiskey was drank, and now I'm drinking water because once again, I just succumbed to the temptation and decided to have another little bit of whiskey to finish off my night after I said that I was done. And I had a little bit, and it was just didn't agree with me. I didn't, expel anything, but it was just it was unneeded. But you live and you hope to learn, and that is sort of what life's about these days. Is who cares? Who cares? Just to have a good time, focus on the good stuff, ignore the shitty stuff, and just kind of carry on and live your life as best you can in these odd times. So, cheers to everybody watching. Hope you're having a great Friday. And yeah, let's kind of highlight what happened yesterday, or kind of what went down. We we didn't have a happy hour yesterday. Today was Thursday. We had Roy from Aquavita's big stream where he had Chad and Sarah. Cheers, Jermaine. And that was about a 2.5 hour stream there. That was a lot of fun. Then we had our stream where we had the Canadian cask strength whiskeys. We did the Alberta Premium Cask Strength, which is phenomenal. Highly, if you can get a bottle, highly recommend getting a bottle of the Cask Strength Alberta Premium. It is, trust me, I have a bottle of Alberta Premium there. I begrudgingly finished off an entire bottle pretty much myself over the course of about a month and a half or so. It is not like the normal Alberta Premium that you may have had before. It is absolutely fantastic, and at 65.1%, it is really good. And we also had the Lot 40 cask strength, The majority of us had the third edition, which is a non-age statement. The previous 2 years had been 11 and 12 years, if I'm not mistaken, which are also very good. And then Ed was on with his Midwest whiskey stream, and then we had the After Dark stream, and it was a good night, a good Thursday of Whiskey Tube. And if you're able to and lucky enough to see all of it and partake in everything, it's a great community to be involved with, just for the silliness and the unintentional influx of knowledge that will end up being thrown at your faces. So yeah, yesterday was a lot of fun. Today there's not much going on, so we have this stream, which might end up being a short stream just because it is Friday, and I may or may not be making an appearance on the Whiskey Den tonight. That is Patrick Bologna, Mike Lissack, and Benjamin Eves' channel. They're doing a wrestling and whiskey night, and I think they have a special guest. It's not me, but they I think his name's Stephen Card, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, so I think that's at 8. No, sorry, that's at 9 Central Time, so 10 Eastern, which is good for me just because I'm making dinner tonight. I'm making tacos. I'm making beef and chicken tacos. So we'll see how that turns out. It should turn out okay. It's not my first time making tacos, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of people that are going to say, oh, well, how do you make your tacos? I season some meat. I have a hard and soft shell tacos because I like to fill in a hard shell and then slather refried beans on a soft shell, and then have a soft and hard shell combination, and then fill everything in on the inside. I just like that the contrasting textures there. And yeah, just basic stuff. Instead of shredded lettuce, I can actually make a coleslaw, like a broccoli slaw to top, to use as like a lettuce topper substitute. And yeah, so it should be good. And that'll give me a bit of time to eat and digest, and then be on the Whiskey Den stream. Greg's in the chat, and Jermaine. So Greg's, can I get some? I'm assuming that was in reference to Alberta Premium or the Lot 40. You can get some. I doubt I'll be able to send you some right now, but should the ball happen and should we all end up there, there will be some to be shared. So you will get some. And Jermaine, which is that he could get some of the JP Wisers you guys are talking about. Yeah, the rare cask series are really, really, really good. I haven't had a bad one. No, I shouldn't say that. I haven't had one that I didn't dislike, which is, because you can always find stuff. You can always, in even some of the lesser whiskeys, you can always find something in there that kind of draws you back. It's almost like when you go golfing. Okay, golfing, bullshit sport. It's not a sport; it's a competition. And I stink at it. However, I keep on going because I get onto the course and I always have like one really good hole or like one amazing drive, or even just iron hit or whatever, and midway stroke, and it's just like that. It makes it worth it, and that's how like you can almost think about whiskey that way. It's like, okay, perfect example. Because I poured some of this. This 40 Creek copper pots Canadian whiskey. It is not. It's not a great whiskey. It's not. It's just okay. It's not my favorite. But when I smell it, it reminds me of Christmas, like a little bit of that, like nutmeg and cinnamon spices and stuff like that, and it keeps me coming back to it, even though it's not the greatest whiskey. It's just that little bit. It's just like, oh, that's really nice. Or like in terms of the golf analogy, it's like, oh, that swing. I can do that again, right? I know that I'm gonna smell this and reminisce and nostalgia fest all over it, and it just yeah. That's my shitty analogy for the day. Golf is like bowling. Yes. In a sense, sure, I can see that. It's just, I think golf definitely takes a little bit more skill, so it's more of it's a higher skilled competition. Bowling is very difficult as well. Being a good bowler, you can bowl. Anyone can bowl, but not anybody can golf. Great analogy. Another analogy, Vito analogy. So bass guitar is very easy to pick up, kind of like bowling. Guitar, a bit hard to master, right? So easy to pick up, hard to master. Golf is like guitars. Hard to pick up, easy-ish to master. Oh, that's a bit of a lie. It's still hard to master, but it's easier to. It's harder to pick up. So yeah. Oh, I missed it. I missed the reference. God damn! I need to watch Lebowski. I need to rewatch the Big Lebowski. That's one of my. I've watched it once. No, I watched it twice. Yeah, I watched it twice, and the first time I watched it completely. The second time I watched it, fairly intoxicated. Me and my friend were hammering back White Russians because we thought we were cool. I think we were like 21 or 22, and we had just discovered the Big Lebowski. We watched it, and then a couple months later, we rewatched it again, and we were just like enamored by the whole White Russian thing. And yeah, so that was a good time. But yeah, I should rewatch it. It's been a long time since I've watched it. And yes, Mike Lissack, hello to you, sir. You seem to have mentioned me in a comment on Facebook that I just oh, tonight should be fun. Tonight should be fun. Patrick, I'm living a double life right now. I have to stay low key. Just because. Oh wait, shit. I hope people have been hearing me. Son of a bitch. My mic was not even in front of me. I'm just so professional today. Yeah. I hope everyone was hearing what I was saying. I was spouting out some pretty decent shit. Oh, water tastes so good today. Oh. But yeah. I do have some whiskey poured. Like I said, I had poured some of that a 4-degree copper pot. Going to at least just have a little bit of alcohol on the happy hour. What's everyone else drinking? If you're drinking water, I've been drinking water for the last 15 minutes. So yeah. It was echoing. Son of a bitch. I can't believe what a dumb mistake. Didn't even have my mic in front of me. Oh boy. Oh, what are we gonna do? Okay. I need to get comfortable. I am extremely fidgety and uncomfortable today for some reason.
Fox Direct, that's a new name. Welcome, buddy. Are you in Canada or the States or other? Steve, Mad Tom. I like Mad Tom. I like that that IPA actually a fair amount. I think there's some in the fridge actually. I think I have some. So, Cookeville, Tennessee. I need to do when all this is said and done, like the lockdown, the borders are open and everything like that. I really want to get around the States and definitely do like Atlanta, Nashville, surrounding areas, obviously not just the city, but like surrounding areas of like Georgia and Tennessee, the Nashville, Tennessee, Louisiana. Yeah, definitely want to do that, and then like maybe work my way down into through that down to Louisiana and then across over to Texas. Yeah, Knoxville. So yeah, all like surrounding cities and stuff like that. They're like really kind of like give a good exploration time to some of the states. After, of course, I go to BC because British Columbia is probably the first trip that I'm going to make once we're allowed to travel again. So, Greg is doing dry week. Ooh, good for you, sir. Yeah, I for the first, I think 4 or 5 dry weeks. Pretty sure I went to what the fuck was I saying? Jesus Christ. Oh yeah. I did the dry week. I participated. And the last couple I haven't because mainly because my drinking hasn't been at a higher than average amount and for me. This one falls sort of in between just because I have been doing more streaming and everything like that, but I just don't feel like doing it. I understand the reasoning for it and I appreciate it and I love people that take part in it. I'm just not doing it this year. Well, this quarter. So maybe next quarter I'll laugh. But I do a lot of like mini breaks, a day or two here, blah blah blah. So good for you, Greg. Yeah. So excuse me, guys, 1 second. Huh. So, Jermaine said the last basketball he went to New Orleans, then Austin. Yeah, that would be pretty fun. That would be kind of cool to do, like a multi-city trip. I did that once. I did, but it wasn't in the States. It was in Europe. It's easier in Europe just because it's very easy to get around. The train systems over there are so much better, and commuter flights are so damn cheap that they're just asking you to do it. You go, geez, you can go to you can go anywhere, but I met a gentleman from London, and every other weekend he does a trip. So when I met him, we were in Brussels. I met him in Brussels, and he spent the weekend there. And then he said that the previous 2 weekends of that he was in Munich. So like it's just this is awesome. Whereas here it's a fucking disaster whenever you want to try and go somewhere. It's so expensive too. And the hostel situation, America needs to get on the hostel bandwagon, just like Europe and other parts of the world. There's not as many hostel options when traveling in North America. Airbnbs and everything that are cool, but hostels, I love staying in hostels when traveling. when we were in Japan, we had the option, obviously, of staying in hotels. My buddy and his wife stayed in hotels, and then me and my other buddy, pretty much like just picked a hostel, the closest hostel to the hotel. I mean, all you're only using it for a bed, really. You're not, and hostels do on occasion have private rooms. So you can have like a 1 bed private room, which is half the cost of typically half the cost of a hotel room. So, and you're not getting all the fancy stuff. Like, I don't know. I'm not. I don't need a fancy place to stay. It's just a bed. All right. Cheers, guys. And yes, this is another whiskey that I do enjoy a little chilled. So I put a whiskey stone in there. It is it does benefit from a cooler temperature. And again, the whiskey stone is great because it doesn't dilute the whiskey, and I think this one's bottled at 43. So if we're gonna add an ice cube in there, it's gonna probably bring it down once like it melts down, probably to like 35, probably below even further below 35%. And I know a lot of master distillers and blenders and stuff like that will say that, and a lot of people in Scotland, because I was watching Jim McEwen's documentary. He said every Scot pours water into their whiskey, even at 40%. And it kind of, I get it, but at the same time, like I can appreciate the additional notes you might be able to get, but you're also losing a lot of that sort of alcohol influence, right? And I don't drink whiskey to get drunk, but I don't mind the little bit of that sort of alcohol sort of feel that you get with after like a small little dram like this. I thought being a Steelers fan, it would be a steel ball. I missed it, Greg. I'm missing the joke. I apologize. I'm not keeping up with the comments as much as well as I should, considering that it's not a chat like Roy's, where it's like going half a mile an hour, and instead of a rock. Got it. All right, Mike, take it easy. Yeah, we'll see you tonight. Break out your bandanas. I know. We'll see about that. Jermaine saying losing what the master still intended for you to taste. I get it, but still, and that's why I kind of like cask strength whiskeys better, because it's gonna be what I want to taste at the end of the day as well, right? So, like some of my favorite whiskeys, like Redbreast, cask strength. What's another one? Lefroy 10 cask strength. I like with a little bit of water, even like some high proof bourbons, just like bringing it down just to like the right amount that I like to drink it at, right? Like a master distiller, yes, all the power to them. They know what they're doing. They're hunting for a specific taste, but I like controlling it myself, depending. And if I like it at 43, I don't want it to. I don't want to. I might don't want to be as exploratory as I might usually want to be. And I just, at 43, it's fine. So, But that's the great thing about whiskey is that it's so subjective, and um, you just do what you like. Do what you like. Okay. So like I said, it's probably gonna be a quick one Fridays. Just a quick hello, how you doing? Hope everyone's still safe and healthy with in your lives. As we all work through what's going on right now. Does anybody have any specific questions for me? Maybe to do with our streams last night. Maybe you're in need of just some weird professional advice on some whiskey to get, or just want to bust my balls about something. Because I probably will be ending this shortly. Well, maybe not shortly. Depends. Depends what happens. Because you never know. Oh, I actually got something for the streams. I bought myself a notepad today, so that I can actually write down stuff and keep track of stuff, things that y'all recommend or suggest that I watch, I do. Because my memory is atrocious. Jason, how's it going, man? And I know it hasn't been an hour. Okay, shortly, it'll be fine. 1 hour. I promised to at least last an hour. That's what she said. So there was some stuff that we were talking about a couple days ago. Do you all live relatively close to each other up there or no? Okay, so like you're talking about like me, Brad, and Dan. Well, Dan. Okay, so Brad lives in Ottawa, he lives almost a clean 4 hours away from me in Toronto. Dan is about 45 minutes further west of me. Who else is in Toronto? Jeremy from Super Social, I think, is about 20 minutes south of me. Rob from Whiskey in the Six is about half hour north of me. I think that's everyone in the GTA. Yeah. Yeah, that's everyone in the GTA, and everyone that was on the channel last night during the Canadian whiskey stream, all lives within about an hour of me. So all like the GTA minus Brad. Take it easy, Patrick. We'll see you tonight. Can we call Squirrely Dan? Oh, I love that, Jason. Yeah, we can totally start calling him Squirrely Dan. Oh, that would be great. Okay, so old-fashioned varieties is something that we were talking about the other day. And I think I might do a produced video on that. Old-fashioned varieties. And there was something else we were talking about that I didn't write down. Oh, the whiskey and ginger ginger episodes. Whiskey and gingers. I said gingers. I'm thinking about the licorices. We're gonna do well whiskeys because we did the high end one. Yeah. Okay, I can get rid of this little piece of paper now. Now that I have a very professional notepad, professional AF. We're gonna keep I'm gonna try and keep the swearing to a minimum, guys. Can you tell me what the aftertaste I get in pot still whiskey is? Jason, you're asking me crazy questions, man. It's way too technical for me. If we had Dan or Brad, maybe they would know. I just drink whiskey, dude. I'm not crazy knowledgeable like other people on here are. I'm just here to look pretty and drink alcohol and provide a little bit of a laugh to everyone. That's tasty. It really is amazing because some people will say that this is a shitty whiskey. Now I've had some shitty whiskeys. It's not a shitty whiskey. It's just, it's just a kind of it's a weird whiskey that I find some enjoyment out of. Zetrick would probably know, Jason. He should know. He's a Somm. I think he's level 2 or 3. Those guys would know. I don't have a medallion. I don't know if I'll ever have a medallion. I enjoy the buffoonery and shenanigans a little bit too much. That and I get serious very quickly when talking about things. So something like me actually knowing a lot about whiskey might actually be detrimental to the way that you guys like seeing me, if you guys even like seeing me. So most underrated whiskey. I think Auchentoshan is a very underrated distillery. The 3 Wood in particular is probably one of my favorite whiskeys, and is never mentioned at all in a lot of people's lists. I never really see a lot of Auchentoshan mentioned either. So I think as a whole, Auchentoshan is an extremely underrated distillery, and specifically the 3 Wood. My most overrated is going to be a little bit tougher. Oh, Blanton's. Overrated. Now, the base Blanton's, not the gold or the platinum or all that nonsense. I get it, it's bourbon, but it's nothing special. It's just another bourbon. But then you move into Texas bourbons. Those guys are doing something special with the bourbon category, and playing around with it a little bit and be a bit more creative and adventurous with some of the mashes. So yeah, I think Blanton's is just, it's tried and true and blah blah blah, but people lose their goddamn minds over Blanton's, and I just don't see it. I don't know why. Bib and Tucker, I feel, is that an $8 bottle or like something around there? Because Mitch Weddle had an $8 bourbon that he brought to Austin, and he's like, "This is one of the best bourbons you'll ever have," and it's $8. And I had it, and it was really good. I can't remember what it was called. So if the Bib and Tucker is really inexpensive, it might have been the Bib and Tucker. It sounds like it would be. Dram Man KY, Kentucky? Are you from Kentucky? Kentucky Owl is the most overpriced bourbon. Have I seen that before? Have I seen Kentucky? Oh no, I used to have. Or maybe I'm thinking of something else. Just checking on an image of this bottle. Kentucky Owl bourbon. God damn it, I have to like put in my information. Get out of here. I've never seen this bottle before. It's the most overpriced bourbon. What's it go for, Dram? And I guess let me know which state you're in. I assume you're in the States. Overrated for me is Eagle Rare. It's good, but I don't think it's really close to Buffalo Trace. See, I like Eagle Rare out of the majority of the Buffalo Trace line. You know, the Buffalo Trace, Sazerac. I think Eagle Rare might be my favorite. That is not at barrel proof. Kentucky, I assume. Yeah, Dram MKY, I assume Kentucky. Well, I don't believe I've seen you on the channel before, or in the chat, I should say. So welcome. And $400. Man, I don't know about these bourbons costing that much. Like I was saying, I had an $8 bourbon that blew my pants off. Comparatively to like, you know, like some $50, $60, $70 bottles of bourbon. Yeah, that's just absolutely crazy. $400 for a bottle of bourbon. But yeah, I was saying, yeah, I think the Eagle Rare is probably my favorite non-barrel proof whiskey out of the Buffalo Trace family. My favorite bourbon, my favorite offering from them is probably Stag Junior. For the 4.1, so Jason, the Blackout 4.1, I believe is Jim McEwen's last Black Art. That was his last Black Art, and I think that's the one that won whiskey or Scotch of the Year and a bunch of other awards. Oh, JTS Brown. Oh, that might be it. That might be the bottle that I had. $8.99, 100 proof. Yeah, because I think it wasn't 40. And that might be it. I'm gonna Mitch is extremely busy these days, so I'm not gonna message him. I'll message him later on because he's definitely like at one of his 18 jobs. But yeah, that sounds very familiar. I'm gonna write that down so I don't forget. JTS Brown. Whiskey Pilgrim, cheers. Slancha. Skull. Welcome in. It would be Heaven Hill, and I think Weddle worked for Heaven Hill for a period of time, so I think that's why he might know about it. Besides the fact that he has Weddle, I think has like 500 or 600 whiskeys, which is unbelievable in his collection. Yeah. If anyone ever wants to know anything and sees or hears Weddle, just ask him. What a crazy gentleman of one of the nicest people I know. Also one of the most knowledgeable. So, it was Burner choice in the movie The Hustler. Fun fact. Never watched The Hustler. I actually just got a notification last night that it dropped on Amazon Prime. So yeah, maybe I'll watch it. How have I watched it? I can't think anymore these days, guys. I'm having a really hard time thinking. Prime Video, where are you? No, I haven't watched this. Interesting. Yeah, Jason, don't watch a bunch of crazy whiskey drinkers pretend they're wrestlers tonight on Whiskey Den. Watch a stripper movie. Man, what the fuck did I get myself into tonight? See, damn it! I said I wasn't gonna swear, and I swore. Son, almost did it again. I have a problem. I'm way too comfortable swearing. Okay, so here's something. So I've been binging Community again because I think I finished off when it first came out. I was watching it weekly, season 1, season 2, and I think I definitely got into season 3, and I'm not too sure if I finished 3 and got into a bit of 4, but I definitely didn't finish the series. So now I've been just binging through it. I'm near the end of season 2 after a couple of days. And what a well-written show. But is there anything you guys are watching, or I should say watching or rewatching, where the stuff that you've rewatched, whether it's been a month, years, has it changed for you? Because I've got a very different appreciation of Community 10 years later than I did when I first started watching it back when I was 21. So, is anyone watching stuff like that? Jason has been watching Community as well. Love the monkey, Annie's boobs. I like the monkey, and I like Annie's boobs. AJ, what's going on, buddy? Nice to see you in. And he got a gag. Someone gag gifted as a gag gift. Someone gave me a bottle of Northern Lights Canadian whiskey. I have heard of it. I don't know very much about it. Is it any good? I'll watch that later, AJ. Northern Lights Canadian whiskey. So the Northern Lights whiskey. Oof. Just by the bottle, Jason, I'm gonna say that it's probably not. It will most likely taste like an Alberta premium, black velvet, Canadian Club type thing. Basic Canadian, dank and nasty. Like I always say, 40 proof Canadian whiskeys always remind me of a stale, dank, old diaper that hasn't been used. Just it's got that old, dusty, powdery thing about it that I always find in most Canadian whiskeys, and I think that has to do with one, the proof, to the distillation style, because they distill for the most part all the grains are distilled separately and then blended into each other, and just the fact that a lot of Canadian whiskeys are mass produced for people that typically aren't exploring whiskey, that are just like I said, whiskeys at weddings, mixers, and that sort of thing. So it's probably going to be something like that. So I would probably say it is not good, but hey, open it up and let us know, I guess, whether it be today, next Monday when we start the happy hours again, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll see what it tastes like for you. Donald Rance, good afternoon, sir. Welcome in. The black art cost $400 US. I paid around 100. Mine in Germany, 150. Oh, so Whiskey Pilgrim, the 4.1 black art was 150 US in Germany. I've heard some good things about whiskey purchases in Germany and how they tend to be a little bit more reasonable. Dram Man saying that the new billet blender special is legit. I think, no, what did I see at the store? Was it yesterday or the day before? It was the day before. I saw the billet 10-year. I don't think the blender special is in Ontario yet, but I'll take a look to see if it is. Bullet Blenders edition. Steve's got a bottle of Black Velvet from 1969. Tee-hee. Tee-hee, 69. He. Yeah, probably. Oh, you know what? It probably would be, because they were probably making it with a purpose. Now, it's one thing to save that. I mean, it's most likely screw top, so you're pretty much safe that it's not going to oxidize or be compromised in any sort of way. So you can opt to keep it and literally just have it as this weird sort of old school keepsake from like the 60s, right? And also Tee-hee 69. Or just, screw it and open it up and try it out and see what it's like. I would probably wait until there's a good amount of people around you to open it up and try it. That would be a bottle that I would share. I probably wouldn't open it up by myself, because if it ends up being really good on the first pour and not good, when you actually go back to it and share, people are gonna be like, yeah, you were bullshitting about that first pour being really good. So I would gamble it and subject a bunch of people to tasting it with you for the first time, because if it is good, it'll be a good story. If it's terrible, it'll be an even better story. So yeah, the 4.1 was 150 US dollars in Germany. Wow, that's crazy. That is very crazy. Shit, I would have bought two. Jason's got a huge cream for French fries and Weller 107. I'm actually gonna make some homemade fries tonight to go along with the tacos I'm gonna make. Maybe I'll no one here is from Pittsburgh, probably. I'm not from Pittsburgh, but I frequent Pittsburgh sometimes twice a year for Steelers games. But if you've ever visited Pittsburgh and not gone to Primanti Brothers, it's a sandwich shop. Well, it's a deli sandwich shop that's open. The one that's located on the strip in downtown Pittsburgh is open up 24/7. And they you have a deli sandwich that gets pastrami, corned beef, deli meats, a salami, and stuff like that. Then the sandwich, if you get the sandwich, is typically the meats, then cheese, French fries, and coleslaw. And then buns, and then that's the sandwich. I might primanti these tacos tonight with some potato fries on top of the tacos. Yeah, fresh French fries are great. I should probably go do that shortly and blanch them a little bit before I fry them. That's key. Blanch. Oh, well, not blanch. Just soak your fries in a bit of salt water, and then dry them off and then fry them if you're gonna do that. So they always come out really crispy that way. So Steve's good advice. Now I need to be allowed near people again. Soon it's a work in progress, and when we're all allowed near each other again, it's going to be a good time. Jefferson's Ocean Weeded Voyage, absolute favorite dram right now. So I've had the Jefferson's Ocean. I think it was voyage 12 or 14 that I had. I don't remember exactly. I had a sample of it, and I think I made a review of it about a year and a half ago. And I feel like I enjoyed it, but it wasn't great. Now, weeded whiskeys, especially like weeded, because Jefferson's is Kentucky, if I'm not mistaken, are always very interesting and unique. So that would probably be really good. Donald's cooking lamb shanks and Guinness in stock right now. It seems fitting for this Arctic. Yeah, man. The weather today is ridiculous. I'm just beside myself. Like it's May. We're supposed to be getting snow too, apparently, in Toronto. So that's gonna be fun. But yeah. Anything cast strength is amazing, Jason. Like that's why we're all here on cast strength. Oh, Jesus. Lame. All right. So finish off this little bit. I'm not wrong. I know I'm not wrong. The beards don't lie. Your beard's probably much more majestic than mine. Well, it is, but especially now. Have you been taming your beard at home, or do you normally leave it? Because I've been leaving my beard to just I've just been leaving it to just explode. So it's not shaped and it's kind of bushy and jittery and kind of weird right now. The Buna Twitch. Yeah, AJ, thanks a lot, jackass. 22 degrees and 22 degrees, and you converted it to Canuck values for me too. Thank you, much appreciated. Thank you. Yeah, Jason, I'm craving a new tattoo, and I still have to finish my arm. I got a blank spot right here that I need to finish off. Yeah, the metric system is not to be hated. Now, here's one thing. Speaking really quickly about the metric and imperial systems, I dislike measuring things in kilograms, in centimeters and inches and shit like that. I much prefer pounds and inches and feet. I think that comes it's a little bit to do with the two professions that I've had in my life. I've worked construction and worked at Lowe's, and you're always working in Imperial, and fashion is worked in inches, right? So all the measurements are always in inches, never in centimeters or anything like that. So yeah, I've just been surrounded by it, so I much prefer that unit of measuring, those units of measure, versus the metric. But the Celsius thing just makes much more sense. You start at 0, water freezes at 0, up and down from there. Not this 32 degrees is. That's just silliness. So. Yeah, there's I could probably keep going for a little bit longer. Does anyone feel up to coming on for just for a quick couple of minutes and having a bit of social interaction? If not, probably just call it a day, and go to cooking. Take care, Whiskey Pilgrim. We'll see you soon. See you next week. Drop by again Monday, Wednesday, or Friday at 4 Eastern, or Thursday nights for our normal cast strength streams. Be nice to see you. Celsius and Fahrenheit are even at negative 40 degrees. Sure. But Fahrenheit's just so weird, man. Can't even no one can argue that either. That it's not weird. If you can argue that Fahrenheit is a superior means of measuring temperature, let me know. Take it easy, AJ. Slancha. So yeah, I think we're going to call it a day. I'm just going to wait another 2.5 minutes just so that it's a full hour and I don't get yelled at from Jason. So yeah, so what's going to go on next week? So next week, we're going to have obviously these streams Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday at 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's not going to change. I feel comfortable. The three happy hours per week. Doing the 5 was just really tiring. So I think that's going to be a thing every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 4 happy hours. So you guys are more than welcome to join in. Mondays and Wednesdays are probably going to be much longer streams. Friday's a little bit shorter, just because I'm recovering from Thursday night where we do 2 streams. We do our Cast Strength live at 8 o'clock Eastern, and then our After Dark stream at 10 Eastern, where things get a little bit wild and crazy. So I don't think we have a topic set for our Cast Strength stream this next Thursday. But if you guys follow us on Facebook at the Cast Strength, or just follow the happy hours, I'll be talking about it next week as well to get you guys kind of excited about it. We still enjoy doing it. It's a lot of fun for us, and we're hoping that everyone else gets a little bit of enjoyment out of it, as silly as we are. And yeah, so with that said, gentlemen, and if there are any ladies that have not spoken up in the chat, gentlemen and ladies, we are going to call it a day. Have a fantastic weekend. Stay safe. Be cautious. We're all doing this together, as cliche and as tired as that is. Let's keep on fighting through what's going on together and being safe and courteous and cautious and nice to one another. And we'll see you Monday at 4 Eastern. Slancha, everyone.